first time I came across the word Spotify was while I was checking the monthly sales reports that my music distributor generates for me. I immediately got angry and emailed my distributor, who is this joker selling my music for 0.003 cents? Till then, our music was typically sold only as downloads. Streaming platforms did not yet exist. It was just upon the time they were starting to globalize. Can't I avoid it? I asked my distributor. Sure, you can just unmark the Spotify option on your next release, they said. So I logged in my distributor's dashboard and I was about to exclude Spotify from my next releases. And then something stopped me from doing so. Today, I work for Spotify. And I think what prevented me from unmarking this checkbox was the fact that my music was not really selling at that time. I was generating $2 to $5 per week, and so I had nothing to lose. I thought no platform is actually paying me. So what harm could a new portal do to me? Those small numbers, 00.002 and 3, were indeed very annoying, but let it be, I said to myself, things are not as they seem. And you have proven yourself wrong plenty times in the past, Angelo. So ultimately, I did not unmark the release your track on Spotify button. I left it there. And today, most of my income comes from Spotify. I have around 20,000 listeners per month on the open source project, and some of my artists have up to 40,000 monthly listeners. The moment I edit this video, Spotify is my number one source of income. Why do I imply that Spotify is a good thing? Simply because chaos was dominating the global music industry after the collapse of the CDs. We were literally on the air for many years. Nobody paid us. And we had no hope, nowhere to catch on. Spotify pays a few pennies, yes. Many artists are displeased. But at least we have a doable plan now. You can just try as an artist to increase your streams and more income will flow. During the years 2013 and 2018, we thought we will never ever make money online from our music. And whoever says the opposite, well, he was simply not around back then. Anyway, because nowadays Spotify rules, there are many fake gurus around us talking about it. They are not artists, but theoretically, they helped others grow their Spotify following. Whenever you see someone selling courses, books, seminars, tutorials, teachings, or whatever, check his music compositions, and if he has no music compositions and no Spotify streams of his own, he's a charlatan. He's making money by selling you bullshit. And that is the only thing he can teach you, and the only thing you will learn from him. To make money, exploiting others. How will I ever manage to be a fighter if I never throw myself in the arena? How will I ever manage to be a cook if I never cooked by myself? These people claim that they can help you make it as an artist, but they never made it as artists. How is this possible? It is not. Some coaches, for example basketball coaches, they were never players in the past, But those people don't teach you basketball. Those people teach you how to be part of a team. They encourage you to teach yourself to bring the best out of you. But music is not a team sport. Imagine how stupid it sounds when you want to be a tennis player to have as a coach, as an instructor, someone who never played tennis in his life. When you keep reading someone's cooking books, at the end, you will be in position to write a book, since you read so much about cooking. But you won't be able to cook, because cooking requires training and experimenting in the kitchen, not reading. Anyway, here are 5 myths that those people say over and over. Myth number 1. You must upload frequently. You need consistent releases. Bullshit. There are a million sims generating income with very few releases. I personally stopped releasing new music, and what I do is re-release. Improve your previous productions that your audience already knows and likes, and just go ahead and re-release them. In that way, you can pitch them to Spotify's editorial team, which after all is the most important and absolutely necessary thing that you must do in order to promote your track. I will bring as an example a legendary band called Astral Projection. Astral Projection released a few tracks before the millennium, and since then they have literally released nothing new, besides some remixes that others did for them. Although they have released nothing new for the past 20 years, their fame and their streams are constantly growing. Myth number 2. Your song shouldn't be more than 5 minutes long. Bullshit. My track is 9 minutes long and it's on Psytrance editorial playlist along with other similar tracks. Psytrance Supernova is a Spotify playlist with 250,000 followers, and I see tracks that are big in length included in other huge editorial playlists more often than not. Myth number 3. Your song should not have a big or boring intro. Bullshit. Again, my track We Are the Gods is 9 minutes long and it has been on Psytrance Supernova for 2 years now, along with other tracks that have a long and boring intro. Also, take for consideration the hit Blinding Lights by The Weeknd, which has a totally boring intro that has nothing to do with the rest of the song. It adds nothing, and that is why it's not blended in the next verse or anywhere in the track. It plays only in the beginning and it's totally irrelevant and unfounded. Someone might tell you that this intro sets the mood and the tone, or whatever theoretical bullshit they may find to say. Those seconds consist of a meaningless intro, and yet the track has been on the top 5 of Spotify for a very long time. Myth number 4. Photos and bio matter. Bullshit. I stepped across hundreds of profiles that are not verified, without picture or bio, only to find out that they have a ton of streams. We are talking about millions of streams, and the artists never bothered to upload a single picture. Myth number 5. Pre-saving a scheduled release triggers the algorithm. Bullshit. It triggers the algorithm in a very small manner, as any kind of activity triggers the algorithm. No miracles will happen with this tactic. I've tried it thoroughly. The process is a terrible waste of time and it simply does not pay back. Spend your time promoting your track after it gets released. Trying to convince people to pre-save a scheduled release is a waste of energy. And because you will be asking, Angelo, what comes first and foremost when it comes to promoting on Spotify? Three things matter the most. First one, making good music, because in that way the algorithm knows that people are not skipping, but instead they are saving your song. 2. Pitching your track to Spotify editorial playlist curators. Eventually, you will be featured on a major editorial playlist and make a ton of money. And 3. Put your track in playlists, big or small, it all matters. Use Submit Hub or bust people's balls. Hustle, do whatever is humanly possible. That is the only thing that does actually work.